Thank you, Father God, for this wonderful occasion. It's a wonderful occasion because we prepare to deal with the human being. We understand, Father God, that we're living in such a difficult time, but there's always room to improve ourselves and do something for those that need help. And I ask you, Father God, that you can bless this student that going to do what should be done for those is in need. We ask you that you can bless this institution and all those who's involved. We present you this prayer in the name of Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you, Reverend Suarez, for your words of inspiration and wisdom. Nursing faculty, special guest, Thelma Hodges, the 2021 graduating class, and their family and friends. Good evening and welcome to our 5th BSN pinning ceremony. I am Dr. Rigo Rincones Gomez, and I serve as Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs. And it is my pleasure to be here tonight to celebrate the accomplishment of our nursing students. Let's please give them a round of applause. Just as our nursing students have worked very hard to reach this goal, so have our faculty and staff work equally hard to build what I believe is truly an exceptional BSN program. Nurses are special and gifted people. Yes, you are. And yes, you are. And nursing itself is both a science and an art. It is a science in that a nurse needs to know the anatomy and physiology of the human body, but he or she also needs to know biology, pharmacology, math, and enough psychology to successfully deal with the kind of spirited patient that I can be sometimes. So the art of nursing is reflected in the tough love brought to the craft, along with the understanding of patients' emotional and spiritual needs in order to render compassionate care for both the patient and his or her loved ones. More importantly, they must be able to do this day in and day out while remembering to take care of their own mental and physical health and well-being. This is why I became a university academic administrator instead of a nurse. It is by far and away an easier road to do this. So, again, congratulations, all right? We are fortunate to have a wonderful example of that caring and compassion in Thelma Hodges, who chose to be a nurse and was more than a little instrumental in Hodges University's decision to start the BSN program. Let's please give that a round of applause. And tonight, as you will see, is a night of celebration of our nursing graduates. I am pleased to introduce our special guest speaker, Jen Higgins. And I'm going to briefly tell you a little bit more about her, then I will invite her to come here. Jen Higgins is the Chief Nursing Officer at Lee Health, responsible for leading nursing strategies that support Lee Health's vision, mission, values, and objective. She works with other leaders within the health system to develop continuous improvement strategies for clinical quality, safety, and patient experience programs, in addition to creating strategies for the recruitment and retention of high-quality nursing staff. She began her career at Lee Health back in 2000. It's been 22 years, and unbelievable. When she joined the health system as an emergency room nurse. Throughout the years, she progressively advanced through a variety of key senior operational roles before being appointed Chief Nursing Officer. She has achieved several advanced certifications, including Nurse Executive Advanced Certification, Certified Emergency Nurse and Advanced Trauma Nursing. She also participated in the Wharton Nurse and Leaders Program, American Organization for Nurse Executive, and is a past board member of the Southwest Florida Organization for Nurse Executive. She currently serves on the Greater Fort Myers Chamber Board of Directors. She earned a diploma in nursing from St. Luke's School of Nursing, a Bachelor of Science in Nursing from the University of South Florida, and a Master of Science in Nursing from Walden University. She's currently enrolled in a Doctor of Nursing practice program at Walden University. Please join me in welcoming Jen Higgins to the stage.
Well, good evening, all of you. I am so very humbled that I was invited to speak to you all today and stand amongst these wonderful nursing graduates and nursing faculty that we so desperately need here at Lee Health. I was just talking to Dr. Schultz and Dr. Nkonis about Lee Health's vacancies and just the extreme need that we have for nursing right now. I started 22 years ago at Lee Health as an emergency department nurse, and before that, I worked at some other organizations as a bedside nurse, and I know very, very much how difficult bedside nursing can be. But never in my career have I dealt with the things that we've been dealing with right now. And I'm just so very humbled and honored that these nurses and this nursing faculty would just continue to take on the challenge at such a challenging time in our history to care for patients in our community. I did write a few notes, and I was saying, you know, a lot of times I just wing it, but I did want you to know just some of the things that we've noticed in the landscape of healthcare over the past, you know, now two years, right? So we talk about, has that become the new normal? It really hasn't. The first surge was a lot of fear, and we worried a lot about the safety of our team members, of our caregivers. We worried about getting PPE. The second surge with Delta, we worried a lot about the mortality rates, the skill set we would need to care for those patients. We had to change the model of care delivery that we were doing in the hospitals to make certain that we could take care of the criticalness of those patients. And then now this third surge is among us. Patients are not as sick. However, this surge is really, it's just rampant, and it's everywhere, and it's so quickly transmitted. And the team is exhausted. They really are. So we think a lot about, as nursing colleagues, as healthcare providers, how very much we need the support of each other. And I'm sure you guys through school have created a community. I know I went through a diploma program, and I still talk to my nursing buddies today. I'm not from Florida, but I still keep in touch with them because it does become that nursing community that you create. So we do have over 600 openings for nurses at Lee Health. I actually want to cry when I say that, only because it's frightening, some of the things that we're dealing with. So you are very needed, and just completely honored to take them into our team if that's what they choose. We do have over 2,000 openings at Lee Health, and this isn't a marketing campaign for Lee, but I do want you to know that healthcare has changed, right? The landscape is completely different than it used to be, and people are fearful to go into healthcare. So again, I just wanted to emphasize how very much I believe that the courage of these nurses to do this today and to continue to do it throughout the years. We're going to learn so much, and we're going to come out on the other side of this better because of nurses like these. A lot of the things that I've learned, the longer I become a nurse, I started nursing in '93, and I just know everybody has a story, right? Anybody who presents for care, our families, patients, our nurses, our staff, everybody has a story. They all have a story that they come with. So the advice I always give is, let's not judge. Always stay curious. Always be willing to put yourself in their shoes. I started as an ER nurse here at Lee Health, and the greatest thing about being an ER nurse was you could accept people for whatever they needed. You could just let them come in, you could understand what they needed, and help them get to that next transition without any judgment. We all make mistakes, right? We all have blemishes, and so that's what I loved about being an ER nurse, and I remember that so vividly about always, it was great being a nurse because I didn't have to ask them for money. I didn't have to do anything like that. I could just care for them and not care about any of that and just love them where they were. You talked about the art of nursing. There is no other career that you get to be in the hearts and souls and minds of your patients. You get to be in the lives of these people that are at their most vulnerable times in their lives, and they tell you things that they won't tell their physician. They tell you things they won't tell their family. And it's a really great honor to be a nurse, to be there and be vulnerable yourself and understand that they're being vulnerable with you. And when they're presenting, that we need to just give them the care they need and sometimes just listen. Some of the things I'd say, take care of yourself. Sometimes as nurses, we don't take care of ourselves. I know, we just run and run, we serve, and we want to continue to care for patients. But I do know that if you're tired and exhausted and just not able to show up well for your patients, you absolutely can't give that good care. You start to make mistakes. So I think some of us have learned the hard way that used to be, hey, die hard, get in there, work a 12-hour shift without taking lunch. But you know what? That isn't good for you. So we really need to, as nurse leaders and nurse faculty, I know you guys take care of your students, you really probably emphasize, really take care of yourself, and that really is important. Leo Biscaglia said, "Too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest accomplishment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around." That is absolutely the truth. As a nursing administrator, I get letters all the time, and they never say, my nurse started my IV really great, or they never say, they shocked me when I needed it. They always, always, always talk about the kind words that they said, the things that they did to calm them down, to help their anxiety, to ease them through the pain, whatever that might be. The letters always say, the nurse was so kind to me, she comforted me when I was upset. The families always tell us that too. They don't tell us the technical things. And while the technical things are really important, that's what's special about being a nurse, though, that you get to also do the extra love and touch for those patients when they need it. In the ER, we obviously served lots of patients. When I started nursing, HIV and AIDS was actually a pretty new diagnosis. And when COVID hit, I remember thinking the fear that people felt was very much like the HIV and the AIDS epidemic, because they were fearful. Nurses were fearful to take care of patients with HIV and AIDS. And many, many nurses have retired or have left healthcare because they're afraid to take care of patients with COVID. And patients present with all sorts of things, but again, I think it's that at those times that we lean on each other, we be curious, we ask questions, we go to our leaders, we raise concerns, and we find out what can we do to make sure we get the support we need, because it's okay to be fearful. I know I was fearful as a leader at the beginning of the pandemic as well. Like, how are we gonna overcome this? But it's my leader colleagues, my nurses, when we would huddle and we're like, how are we gonna make this happen? They're the ones that came up with the answers. And so nurses are great problem solvers, so just go to them and ask them, they'll tell you. So I'll just leave you with this. Success is not a final failure, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Like I said at the beginning, I think this is probably a pretty scary time to go into nursing, and but I just admire the courage of these nursing students and the nursing faculty that continue to help us grow nurses in our community. We absolutely need them, and we all know, obviously, they'll be caring for us in the future. So I just want to thank you all for taking the time to listen to me, and all the best to the graduating class. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Before I introduce our student speaker, the graduating nursing class would like to present a token of appreciation to one of the faculty members. Please join me in welcoming Shannon Subnick to the stage.
Good evening. On behalf of myself and my cohort, I would like to present a special token of appreciation to the professor who has been with us from the start of the program. Throughout the course of the program, she experienced the emotional roller coaster we all endured. We couldn't have done it without you and your support and dedication. Thank you, Professor Bagby.
Thank you, Shannon. It is now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Brandy Sullivan. Brandy.
Hello, good evening. My name is Brandy Sullivan, and on behalf of Thelma T. Hodges graduating nursing class, we would like to start off by saying thank you to each and every one of you for coming tonight. All of the experiences, knowledge, and bravery that we have today is due to the professors, faculty, and clinical experiences that were provided to us by Hodges University. Not only have they provided us with the wisdom and courage to go into the field of nursing, they've also provided us with this beautiful ceremony. Thank you. Please give them a round of applause. So everyone warned you that nursing school is cumbersome and time-consuming. In our interviews, we were asked, what are our plans for studying? What was our support like at home? And how do we intend to be successful in this nursing school program? Those questions may have seemed unimportant at the time. However, looking back, those questions are essential. None of us expected to start nursing school at the start of a global pandemic. The uncertainty of the world was facing was heavily on the shoulders of 16 brand new nursing students. We asked ourselves, how will this affect our education? What about our clinical experiences? All while keeping in mind the importance of our personal and mental health. I am honored to say that Hodges University made sure that this pandemic did not hinder our education or clinical experiences. We were provided hands-on clinical care rotations, as well as exceptional simulation lab with sim experiences. Gurgle, gurgle. And for that, I would like to say thank you. I can still remember walking into pharmacology, both eager and excited to start my journey through this program. Each face was covered by a mask. It was hard to hear our professor speaking, and pharmacology was like learning a completely different language. By the way, I've tried several times to learn a different language and was very unsuccessful. So from the very beginning, we were taught to be creative. we were explained the importance of using our resources and shown the results of teamwork and collaboration. Shannon had the most colorful notes. Simple nursing turned words like, ready? Gamma aminobutyric acid into GABA. Oh, I'm sorry, acid, GABA, into grandma, and explained how both GABA and grandma are slow. And for a study group that turned into a family. Speaking of family, prior to nursing school, I had prepared a schedule for my family. What I never prepared for was to gain a nursing school family, especially a family that consists of a Hufflepuff husband and daughter. I didn't even know what a Hufflepuff was, and Harry Potter was something I was not expecting to learn in nursing school. However, I am from the House of Gryffindor, and my wand is bigger. I now understand why Rhodey and Amy are Hufflepuffs. They exemplify loyalty, compassion, and patience. And it's only fit for a Hufflepuff like Rhodey and Amy to find their passion being with babies and children. Luckily for them, as we entered semester 3, all we would talk about are babies and children. Third semester, our cohort of 16 went down to 5. We had lost several students throughout our journey. However, we were gaining a new member, Taylor. Due to COVID, she had not had any OB or PED clinical rotations. Therefore, being able to join our cohort, she was able to enjoy these experiences with her. It was also during this time that we started to calculate which percentage of nurse we really were. Feeling 52.5% nurse made me feel encouraged. Realistically, clinical rotations were draining. I started questioning every decision I was making on becoming a nurse. I was getting 4 hours of sleep, and I even cried. Prior to every test, we would power pose. Rhodey would ask, "Do you have any words of wisdom?" Amy would say, "Good luck, everyone." And 32 seconds later, Rebecca was gone. Rebecca's not here today because in true Rebecca fashion, she flew out as soon as she could. So we did it. We took that long haul, made a left, then a right, temperature raised 20 degrees. We survived. We did it. We learned the cranial nerves, witnessed a fellow classmate get covered with meconium, and used our therapeutic communication to coach a laboring mother. By the way, in Spanish, respira means breathe, and empuja means push. We did it. We wrote care plans, and we passed the exams. We have earned our bachelor's degree in nursing. We are 1 test and 2 letters away from our dreams of becoming 100% nurses. So to my fellow classmates, reach for the stars. Follow your dreams. Never give up. Always remember, what would the nurse do? And does that make sense? And don't forget, grab it. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandy. I'm Professor Melissa Bagby. I'm the Interim Director of Nursing at Hodges University. At this time, I would like to present the Thelma Hodges Award of Excellence. This award is presented to one of our graduates for outstanding academic achievement. This student earned the highest GPA in this nursing class. The Thelma T. Hodges Award of Excellence goes to Shannon Zupnick. I'm also proud to present the Clinical Award of Excellence. This award recognizes a student who has exceeded the clinical expectations and sought new learning opportunities. This student also reflects the qualities of a professional nurse. The Clinical Award of Excellence goes to Brandy Sullivan. As you've already heard this evening, it takes a lot of perseverance and dedication for our students to reach this point. However, it's with the love and support of their family and friends that our students have succeeded. Each of our students has written a personal tribute note to those who have supported them throughout their nursing school journey. As a show of thanks, each of our students will present a carnation to that person. When you hear your name called, please come forward to meet your student at the stage. Brianna, Brody would like you and his mom to know that without both of you, that he would not be here today. Thank you for being here with him throughout this entire educational, emotional career. He would like to give the carnation to Brianna because no matter what time of day it was, he could always call her and cry about everything that was happening. Brianna has heard him cry and complain countless times throughout the program, telling her that he wants to quit and it was too difficult and he didn't think he could do it anymore. He would like to thank you for telling him that he should finish school. I couldn't be more grateful for the love, support, and inspiration that kept me going. I love you all. Taylor would like to honor Tyler, but she would also like to thank her parents for being her cheerleaders throughout her journey to becoming a nurse. Tyler has been her support system and has never let her give up. Without you, I wouldn't have made it here today. Thank you. Amy would like to thank her mom, Yanni. Thank you for always being here for me from the beginning, supporting me every step of the way, and now for being my second opinion of all things nurse-related. I might not call you Professor Camps anymore, but you're still my mom. Brandy would like to thank her mom, Jody Lynn. She would like to attribute her nursing school journey to her mom because if she was down or troubled or needed a helping hand, winter, spring, summer, or fall, all she had to do was call, and she would be there. Thanks, Mom. I love you. Shannon would like to honor her children, Bella and Jackson. You're both the greatest gift I could ever have asked for. Despite the countless hours I sacrificed away from you during this program, you never held me back from accomplishing my dreams. Instead, you were motivation to go after them. I worked hard to become someone you will be proud of. You're both my inspiration for a beautiful life. I love you. And now we'll begin pinning our graduates, and then we'll light the lamps and read the nursing pledge. Rody Gomez. Taylor Price. Amy Santos. Brandy Sullivan. Shannon Zupnick. Now please join me in welcoming Amy Santos to the stage. She's going to read the Lighting of the Lamp story.
Of course, knowing that I'm the crybaby of the group, they would give me this after my mom. So, as I wipe my tears away. Nursing school pinning ceremonies are time-honored traditions that began in the 1860s and are seen as a rite of passage from nursing school into the nursing profession. This is something that all of our Hodges University BSN students look forward to as a milestone in their education and nursing journey. The lamp you see today symbolizes the care and devotion the nursing students will provide to the ill and injured. The lamp also represents Nightingale's night, rounding to signify dedication to her clients in the nursing field. After the graduating nurses were pinned, Florence Nightingale would light the lamp and pass the flame to the nursing graduates. The lighting of the lamp represents nursing instructors passing on their knowledge to nursing graduates.
Rody Gomez will come up front and tell us a little bit about the Nightingale Pledge and then lead the class in reciting the pledge.
All right, hello. All right, so I'm going to lead the class. So, the Nightingale Pledge says, I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to practice my professional faithfully. I will not knowingly administer any harmful drug or treatment. I will do all in my power to elevate the standards of my profession and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping. I will honor each individual under my care with the knowledge that they are body, mind, and spirit beings. I will be an advocate and a healer. I will work to promote wellness in individuals, families, and communities. I commit myself to evidence-based practice, the ongoing pursuit of knowledge, and the welfare of those committed to my care.
Thank you, Roddy. My name is Diana Schultz, and I am the Director of the Health Sciences Programs at Hodges University. On the back of your program are the words of the Nightingale Pledge that you just heard. It really speaks to the important role that nurses play in the health of patients and their families. Our community is a better place because of what nurses do every day. My colleagues and I had the pleasure of being an early part of your journey. Remember your core classes in chemistry, anatomy and physiology, microbiology? Each class you took, every simulation you practiced, and your clinical rotations were all designed to build you up to this moment. Everything that you learn doesn't stop here and now. The art of nursing continues to grow and change every day. All of us here at Hodges appreciate the hard work and dedication you each gave, and the patients you will take care of are the ultimate benefactors. Let's give our graduates another round of applause. After the ceremony, please stay and join us for refreshments.